He saw a young girl about 20 running in fear towards him. He stood up in fear and ran along, but along the line he stopped and realized it's just a mere theft. Two men were chasing her. Tony acted quickly. He hid in a corner, and when the men got close, he hit them with a stick. They dropped the bag they had stolen from the girl and ran away. The young girl, panting and scared, thanked him so much.
I see you, my heart, babies. A lady of all men's dream. You be the one where they make me the
Hey guys, have you ever been neglected because of your job? Do people look down on you because of what you do? This is the story of Tony, a man who worked as a cleaner in a big company and faced constant mockery. But just months later, the tables turned, and those same people started working for him and seeking his favor. Before we dive into Tony's incredible journey, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more thrilling stories like this one. Now, let's meet Tony. Tony is a young, handsome man who always dreamt of becoming a lawyer. Growing up in a small town, he was fascinated by the idea of justice and helping people. However, his family couldn't afford to send him to law school. Determined to make a better life for himself, Tony got into business. He married his high school sweetheart, Maria, and they had a beautiful daughter named Lily. For a while, things were good. Maria always had a way of making her husband, Tony, feel good. Tony, I'm so proud of you. Our business is doing well and we are happy. I'm doing it for you and Lily, baby. I want to give you both the best life. But then, things took a turn for the worst. The business crumbled due to unforeseen circumstances. Tony was left with no choice but to find any job he could to support his family. He ended up working as a cleaner in a very big company. Tony, I know it's not what you wanted, but I believe in you. You will find a way to make things better. Thanks, Maria. I won't let you and Lily down. Tony may not have had formal education, but he was a self-taught man. He equipped himself with knowledge about financial advice and law from materials he found online. This thirst for knowledge never left him, even while he was cleaning floors and emptying trash bins. When Tony got the job at the big company, he was very excited. There were many young lawyers in the company, and he felt close to his dream. At least that was the closest to him being a lawyer. But his excitement was short-lived. The young lawyers often looked down on him. They would throw stuffs around and order him to clean up, mocking him in the process. This particular lawyer, by name Martin, had it out for Tony. Hey cleaner, there is a spill here. Stop laying and clean it up at once. Mike, another young lawyer, responded. Why is he looking like that? Look at him, thinking he's one of us just because he works here and he wears fancy black and white cleaner clothes. Pathetic. The color should be changed to a proper cleaner clothes color. I honestly can't be dragging color with this low life. This is definitely an insult to our profession. Lawyer wannabe, he muttered. Tony felt pained, but he didn't let it show. He continued to do his job with dedication, hoping that one day things would change. I just have to keep going. Maybe one day they will see I'm more than just a cleaner. This fateful morning, after a company party the night before, Tony arrived early to clean up. He was horrified to find an expensive vase broken. Oh no! This vase must be worth a fortune. I have to clean this up before anyone sees it. Tony cleaned up the broken vase, but when the employees arrived, they noticed it was missing. Martin was the first to scream. Where is this vase? It was right here last night, Mike chimed in. It must have been that clumsy cleaner or wannabe lawyer. He probably broke it where he's not minding his business, trying to be a lawyer he could never be in this lifetime. And I'm very sure he tried to hide it. Before Tony could say anything, the main boss called him into his office. Tony, you've always been a reliable worker, but this is unacceptable. You are too clumsy and careless. Mr. Man, you are fired. I can't deal with a clumsy worker. But sir, no excuses, young man. Pack your things and leave this company right away, or do you want me to call the security? Tony felt devastated. No sir, I am on my way. He packed his things and left the building, not knowing how he would break the news to Maria and Lily. Tony sat by a nearby park, sobbing. He felt like his world was falling apart. How am I going to explain this to Maria and Lily? How do I pay Lily's school fees? They depended on me. Not even this holiday where there is no job opening. My God, what do? I don't even know anything about the damn flower vase. Suddenly, he saw a young girl about 20 running in fear towards him. He stood up in fear and ran along, but along the line, he stopped and realized it's just a mere theft. 2 men were chasing her. Tony acted quickly. He hid in a corner, and when the men got close, he hit them with a stick. They dropped the bag they had stolen from the girl and ran away. The young girl, panting and scared, thanked him so much. Thank you so much. I'm Lena. What's your name? I'm Tony. Are you okay? Lena responded. I'm fine. But what are you doing here sitting all alone? Tony responded. Why are you alone to let this predator steal from you? It's a long story. I was just going to my father's office. Well, I have to go home, Lena. It's just a pity. I just got laid off from work today. Really? What do you do? I'm a cleaner. Is that your dream job? Not really, but that's what I do for now. Please come with me to meet my father. He needs to thank you. It's not far, just right there. Tony agreed, wanting to pass the time and feeling a sense of purpose in helping someone. They arrived at a big company. Dad, this man saved me. We need to thank him. Mr. Thompson, with a beautiful smile, extended his hand. Thank you, young man, for saving my princess. Who are you? He stretched his hand for a handshake. My name is Tony, accepting the handshake. I used to work as a... Tony hasn't completed his sentence yet when Mr. Thompson withdrew his hand, staring at his wristband with his company symbol. You said you are who again? I used to just work as a cleaner, sir. Though not anymore as I am jobless presently. Mr. Thompson recognized the bracelet. Only he and his first wife had that bracelet. Young man, where did you get that bracelet from? Did you steal it? What? No, sir. It was a gift from my late mom. She gave it to me years ago. Mr. Thompson exclaimed. What? Who is your mother? Late Mrs. Margaret, sir. Mr. Thompson felt a rush of emotions. He started sobbing. Tony felt confused and scared. He didn't understand anything. Lana was confused too. Dad, are you okay? He ignored her daughter and asked, You said she is late. Please, do you have a picture? Tony was more confused than ever. Yes, sir, I do. But is there any problem, sir? Please show me. Tony pulled his mother's picture and presented to him. Mr. Thompson looked at the image and immediately knew it was her. He knew her as Mag. How old are you, young man? I'm 30 years old, Tony replied. Mr. Thompson looked at him. Find the nearest chair. Sat down well and sobbed more. Lana, more confused than ever. Dad. Tony, what have you done to him? Tony looked confused and scared. What in the world is happening? Tony thought to himself. Why is this all happening to me in one day? I just lost my job. I should have gone home and now I'm faced with this drama. God, what have I done? Young man, you could be my son. Mr. Thompson's voice cutting through the silence. What? They both exclaimed. Yes, I know your mother. She is someone I was in love with years back. My father treated her poorly, and one day I never heard from her again. I didn't know she was pregnant. Mike never told me she was pregnant. I'm so confused and mad. Why? Why? Tony couldn't believe his ears. No, sir, I think you are making a very big mistake here. I hope so, son, Mr. Thompson responded. Who is your father? I don't know my father, sir. My mother never mentioned him. But I felt it's okay. I don't think you are right, sir. Thank you so much, sir, but I need to return to my wife and daughter. Wife and daughter? So I could be a grandfather too, Mr. Thompson said. As Tony was about to leave, Leonard said, Tony, please, you could be my brother. Please, let's find out together. DNA or something. Something has to be done. Lena had wished all her life to have a sibling. She is the only child. Tony reluctantly accepted, thinking this only happens in movies. They ran a DNA test and it was confirmed. Tony was indeed Mr. Thompson's biological son. I can't believe this. You, my son? Tony sobbed like a child, throwing himself in Mr. Thompson's embrace, thinking how different his life could have been if he had known him. He would have fulfilled his dream of becoming a lawyer. Part of him was mad at his late mother, but then he was grateful for that day. Oh, my son, you will take your rightful place in the company, Mr. Thompson said. I have prayed for this miracle since I'm getting old and can't really do much anymore. God answered in a marvelous way. Tony was reinstated as the boss of the big company. Back in the office where Tony worked as a cleaner, the young lawyers who mocked Tony couldn't believe how fast it was happening. Mr. Thompson was the overall boss of the company, and so is Tony. The same lawyer who mocked him now worked under him. They felt ashamed and embarrassed. Mark, that particular lawyer who had it out for him from the beginning, said, Tony, we are so sorry for how we treated you. Martin chimed in. Please forgive us, sir. They couldn't even believe they are calling the cleaner, sir, now. Tony looked at both of them, gave a long sigh and said, I forgive you. Let's work together to make this company better. But never in this life should you mock anyone. You don't know anybody's story. Mark, I want you to clean my office this week, while you, Martin, you take over next week. Their eyes widened in shock. But sir, we have cleaners. But Sir Norton, I am letting them off for 2 weeks and you two take over, or you might as well resign. With a sad face, they both accepted and started cleaning Tony's office. Tony's leadership style was different from what the company had seen before. He was empathetic, understanding, and always willing to listen. He encouraged open communication and fostered a sense of community among the employees. If we work together and support each other, we can achieve great things. We believe in you, Sir Tony. You've already made such a positive impact in the company. The company began to thrive under Tony's leadership. Profits increased and employees' morale was at an all-time high. Tony's innovative idea and compassionate approach were making a difference. Mr. Thompson looked at him and said, I am so proud of you, Tony. You've done an incredible job. Thank you, Dad. I couldn't have done it without your support. Tony's personal life also improved. He was able to provide a better life for his wife and daughter. They moved into a new home and Lily was enrolled in a prestigious school. His wife, Maria, couldn't stop telling him how proud she is of him. I'm so proud of you, baby. You've turned our lives around. Lily responded, I love our new home, Daddy. Thank you so much. I promise I'll take care of you, and I meant it. One of the most significant moments in Tony's journey was the reconciliation with his former colleagues. Tony knew that holding grudges would only hinder progress, so he chose to forgive and move forward. We all make mistakes. What's important is that we learn from them and grow. You are right, Tony, Mark responded. We've learned a lot from you. Martin said, we are grateful for your forgiveness and guidance. Tony's mentorship program was a success. The young lawyers were all thriving and the company was benefiting from their fresh perspective and innovative ideas. Tony's ability to inspire and motivate others was truly remarkable. Tony, you've changed the way we see things. Thank you for believing in us. Thank you so much for your hard work and dedication. Together, we can achieve anything. As the company continued to grow, Tony made sure to give back to the community. He started a scholarship program to help underprivileged students pursue their dreams of higher education. Education should be accessible to everyone. I want to help others achieve their dreams, just like I did. Tony gave a lot of young people a chance to change their life through scholarship. Tony's story became an inspiration to many. He was invited to speak at conferences and events, sharing his journey and the lesson he had learned along the way. In one of the conferences Tony was invited, the conference host said, Tony, your story is truly inspiring. What advice will you give to those facing similar challenges? Tony responded, never give up on your dreams, no matter how difficult things may seem. Keep pushing forward, believe in yourself, and never stop learning, formal education or no formal education. Tony's journey from a humble cleaner to a successful boss is a testament to the power of perseverance, hard work, and kindness. His story reminds us that we should never judge others based on their job or status. Everyone has a unique story and potentials waiting to be unleashed. What would you do if you suddenly found out you were the heir to a big company? How would you treat those who mocked you in the past? Let us know in the comment sections below. And don't forget to share this story with your family and your friends who might need it. Remember, keep dreaming and keep believing. Till I see you again in my next story, I still remain Tales by Chika. Goodbye.